Hey guys, Joss here with Muttoneer Dog Training out in LA. Today's lesson is going to be on food enrichment and puzzle toys, and we're just going to use everyday items that you probably already have at home and that you are likely just about to throw away. I can't wait to show you all kinds of fun things to do with your dog. I've just grabbed some items from around the house that I think I can pretty easily turn into some sort of puzzle toy, and I'm going to show you guys many different versions of different mental stimulation games to make for your dog. Just frozen some water, but you can use chicken broth or whatever you want in a Tupperware, and I've just put a string inside of it so that way when I'm ready to give it to the dog, I can just hang it outside and they can jump and lick for it. And that hanging part makes it just like a little bit more interesting than if I just kind of gave it to him. Plus it keeps it off the ground and a little bit more sanitary for my dog. If you have a slow feeder, so a dish that looks like this, you can go ahead and fill it with some goodies, not too much stuff in it. You can maybe smear some peanut butter on the sides, put a couple like little kibbles and treats inside, and then you're gonna fill it with water, and then you're gonna take, I just have some rope, which is actually quite handy, but you can use whatever you can imagine up. And I'm just using a little knot to press into one of the little sections here, so that way when it's all frozen, it will hang nicely. This is definitely, along with the other things, something that I would really only give outside. It's gonna make quite a mess. So these are not things that I would give in my apartment. So the peanut butter jars, so they already have, you know, a nice even coating of peanut butter on the inside. The nice thing about peanut butter when you're making enrichment is that it acts as a bit of an adhesive. So when I put some of the kibbles inside, I can kind of shake them around, so making sure they're nice and stuck to that peanut butter. I can, of course, also use treats if my dog's not super food motivated, and he's not going to work for his kibble. But the idea here is that the kibble is now not just going to fall out. He's actually got to kind of lick around and get all the little food bits out, as well as all the peanut butter that's remaining on the inside. I can also fill this up with broth or water and freeze it and make a popsicle inside. This can act as a Kong if you don't have one handy. You can fill it and freeze it. You might even be able to reuse it if your dog doesn't totally destroy it on the first go around. Any type of plastic enrichment, you're going to want to make sure that you're supervising your dog the entire time that they're enjoying it. The reason being is that we don't want them crunching it and breaking off pieces and swallowing them. That could be dangerous. So then the last thing that I'm going to talk about is using cardboard and paper products as enrichment. So there's so many like different versions of this. You can really kind of get creative, but we're going to use some basic principles to create this enrichment. The first one is your egg carton. So depending on the size of your dog, you'll make it size appropriate for them. This is great for a big dog. If you have a small dog, you can cut it in half and then you have two uses. So what you'll do is just go ahead and put their kibble or some treats inside, and you don't really have to do much to this one because it already has holes in it. So, you know, if your dog kind of knocks it around, the kibble should fall out. There we go. So what I can do here is, again, I'm going to use my peanut butter as like a little bit of an adhesive, and also enticer. I want him to like know that there's like a really yummy goodie inside. So I'm just gonna smear a little bit on each of the walls of the box. I'm also going to layer some paper inside. And what I'm gonna do with the paper is just wrap up some of his favorite little treats inside. I have a dog that is not very food motivated, so he is not keen on like working for his food. So I have to make it a little bit more enticing depending on your dog's food motivation level. You know, you could probably just give them a box of kibble and they'll be like super happy to just like go to town on it. I have to work a little bit harder just because my dog can kind of take it or leave it. So I want to make sure that I'm putting like some smelly treats inside to really get him going on that. Otherwise, he's just gonna want to take a nap instead. Last thing that we're gonna do is a paper towel roll. You can make this size appropriate, so you can cut it down and make a couple toys out of the whole roll. And very similar to the box bomb, we're using a very similar principle, just going ahead and putting the peanut butter around the inside, throwing a couple treats and kibble inside, and then I'm just gonna fold in the edges. Cardboard products are really safe to use. With anything like printed on and shiny, that I don't want him eating a lot of. So definitely monitor when you're giving them any type of like snack box that has that shiny colored print on it. But this type of cardboard is fine for them. That is a bunch of different versions of different type of enrichment that you can very easily just make from stuff that you have at home. I'd love to see what you guys come up with, and if you guys have any like fun additions to the enrichment repertoire. But I hope you have fun with these ideas and keep training out there.